Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. How are we all doing? I hope all is well with you. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel in case if you are new. Do your best and be a partaker to this one. I want you to make sure you share it to many platforms of your choice. So as you can see, Oginkere and his group, after imposing himself as the acting prime minister, he later changed it that he is now the prime minister. We all know this, right? Since then, since the latest one, the so-called prime minister of the Fallback, they are now struggling to maintain that name. Like they want to explain everything that comes their way, reason why Ogekere should be prime minister. And like yesterday, I was on a program with our brother Chino, later broadcast. Many of you have seen the video. If you have not, please go and pay attention to that video. It's very important, very, very educative. He says something that Ogenkere and his people, once they lie, just which is normal thing anyway, once you lie, if you put out one lie, it requires multiple lies to back that one lie up, you know. And the more you lie, the more they lie, the more the whole thing will surface. That's why lying is not a very good thing. And lying will push you to lie. Once you lie once, get ready to lie thousands times. Because you'll be on a side. You will devote your time to lie more just to protect that particular lie, which is not good at all. You understand what I'm talking about? Now, what you are seeing now before you now is a Biafran de facto government, according to them, as you can see here. Biafran de facto government, Hong Kong, whatever. Now, Honorable Choco, or whatever. Press Secretary Biafra. I don't want to read the profile of the person behind it, but pay attention here. He said, when Mas Nnamdi Kanu was incarcerated, Briggy elected Simon Ekpa, okay, PM, as capable leader. When Simon Ekpa was incarcerated, Briggy elected Ogenkere, PM, as capable leader because wishes of a leader under incarceration can be under duress. They cannot be final. They cannot be final. Sure safety is by new leader. Let me tell you what this message is all about. Then I will not tell you the truth, because everything about this now is lies. Okay? When Martin Kanu was incarcerated, when he was kidnapped, there was no Briggy. That's number one. So if there was no Briggy, how come you're not saying that Briggy elected Simon Ekpa as PM? There was no Briggy at that point. Then, now, how did we now have Briggy? Who is behind Briggy? What was Briggy formed for? When Master Kanu was kidnapped, people focused on DOS to do something. DOS couldn't do anything. Why? Because DOS don't have what it takes to do something. And not that they don't have what it takes, DOS are not actually protecting Master Kanu or neither doing something that will protect him or even checkmate the activities of those that kidnapped him. In the midst of the whole confusion, PM Simon Ekpa then noticed the activity of DOS is not helping matters. Real, genuine, sensible Biafrans was busy trying to figure out what they could do. Simon Ekpa then was busy explaining things. In fact, he appeared to be the only hope. He appeared to be the only hope. And that hope is what they want to crush. They wanted to take him away because PM Simon Ekpa's broadcast was throwing more light on the event of the current event at that time. He was throwing more light and putting more suggestion, touching those places that the US wouldn't want anybody to even talk about. They now see him as a problem. They devoted their time to shut him down, to shut him up, than to do something to checkmate the activity of those who kidnapped Master Morcano. They couldn't do anything. They don't want to do anything. They channel their energy to make sure they shut Simon Ekpa from talking or from speaking anything in that regard. And some people see that as an act of sabotage, and that's why PM draw many crowds, many people, many Biafrans throw their support on him, Simon Ekpa, because they have seen what he was doing, they know what he wants, and they can see the light in what he was saying. So following him, they now started talking about autopilot. For the meantime, autopilot. Then the idea of autopilot is to checkmate the activities of those that kidnap Mazamakan, and there's no way they can do that without forming a government to make sure that they solidify their space. Then government in exile was later formed. Okay, all this from autopilot, like I told you how the whole thing moved. All these things centered on making sure that Mazamakan is being protected and to checkmate the activity of those that behind his kidnapped. And it worked very, very fine. Those of them that Biafran was expected to be the one to champion that, they were busy looking for who to join hands together and go after PM Simon Ekpa, whose voice is against those who kidnap Mazamakan. Imagine a situation whereby your first son, ignored you and started looking for your enemy to form allies on just to make sure that these allies and with the effort are going to go against you, their father, or you, his father, your first son. In this case, the first son here appeared to be DOS from IPOB. They choose to go against, to go against the Mazamakan with Mazamakan's potential enemies. Do you understand it? So all these things centered on what I was saying, that when you have somebody who you expected to do better, and the person decided to form ally with your enemy, imagine how bad that sounds when your own son is the one doing that. That is exactly what happened. So PM was doing all he can to do what DOS is supposed to have done. But then PM faced another challenge. And the challenge he faced happened to be DOS. The main people that Mazakano was actually hoping to do something, and Biafran was hoping to do something better. Now, anybody telling you what these guys are saying here, that after the Mazakano, then Briggy elected Simon Ekpa, they know why they don't want to mention this, what I just told you now. Because saying that we now, rule out their current decision to put Genkere there. This kind of thing have not been done anywhere in the world. But what do you expect from people who use bylaw as constitution of the nation, which is funny. He said, Briggy elected Simon Ekpa as capable leader, as capable. The word there is capable. Is Ogenkere capable? When you talk about capability, Ogenkere is not there in the list of capability leader. You can't put Ogenkere there. There's no matter what. It doesn't matter how close he appears to be to you. You should look for a capable person that will do something that will actually, transform something new, transform the situation to something new and something of betterment, something that will achieve something. He cannot do that. He can't do that. There's no way he will do that. He's not wired to do so. He's not wired to do so. Now, here you can hear them talking about he said when Samanipa was incarcerated, Briggy elected Ogenkere PM as capable leader. So to them, Ogenkere is not capable to lead. Should we start talking about his capability? I don't think we have that time here, but we have discussed about it time with that number. So many of you can agree with me that Ogenkere is not capable, not at all. Only those who are not capable are the one calling, naming him as a capable leader, because you cannot give. How can you know that he's not capable when you don't even know anything about capability? Of course, you can name anyone that is the person is incapable. He said, because wishes of the leaders under incarceration can be under duress. I agree. But not when the structure have already solved this problem. The structure have solved the problem. The COS is there. So let's continue, because I want us to understand something here. When you talk about duress, I know, but the structure, we already have COS, you already have everything in place. So you can't compare that. You can't compare the two. And speaking of capability or capable leader, you don't know anything. You guys don't know anything. DOS don't know anything at all about capability. Fallback Republic don't know anything about capability either. So he said, sure safety is by new leaders. You cannot dethrone your leader. Okay? You cannot dethrone your leader and claim that you are sure leaders and all that nonsense. When you say you are APM, acting prime minister, that is not enough to you. It's not enough to you, right? If truly you mean well, you should have not even started anything at all from the creating new things from the original structure, from the original plan. PM understood what happened to Master Khan, and that's exactly the reason why he structured Briggy the way he structured it by putting COS there. We have seen him sharing information. There's a famous picture of PM where he sat down and COS was a kind of joined him. They were pointing, they was checking something on the system and all that. And PM tweeted capable, I think capable leader or something like that. Let me see if I'm gonna get that video, that post up before we move to the next step, because it is good for us to touch all those things in this. All right. So the post, what we are seeing here now is the post, okay? And this post was made by PM himself. He posted this. He said, very dedicated, focused chief of staff. Look at it. So this like, for example, okay, when a leader in every organization, every leader have somebody he or she is working with, whether deputy, assistant, whatever you may call it, but there must be 2 people or 3 people working very closely to achieve something. You cannot just write it off like that. It doesn't work that way. You cannot just write it off like that. What you are saying here, you cannot see Ogenkere with the PM, any picture, any video like this. You won't say that. And look at what PM himself said. This is back then in 2023. As you can see, 27th October 2023. He made this post. And I have never seen any of this Fallback group, those of them that have worked with the PM. I have not seen any of them saying that there was a time that PM and COS had issue. Ask yourself, why have they not come up with that kind of idea, with that kind of narrative? But you see all these Fallback people, at one point or at some point, they have had issue with PM. Literally all of them. Why? But they can never tell you that COS and PM have had an issue. Do you understand that? And when you talk about capability, this is what it's all about. PM himself made the post and said this. Very dedicated and focused chief of staff. I'm not going to say much, but after seeing this and you are still cracking your brain to know who is who and all that, is entirely your business. Now, I have other things to share with us before ending, because Sonat Barawa is here. He said something. Okay, he said, dead brain freedom fighters wait for Mazam Lucano. Okay, waiting for Mazam Lucano to lead them from prison. Now he said, where is Imam Mumu and Ngozi that wants Simon Ekpa Namodekano to lead them from prison? All this nonsense is what you can do. This is what you hear from from the. He said, why Nelson Mandela was imprisoned in 1962 to 1990. Leadership of South Africa liberation struggle was primarily driven by Oliver Tambo, when led the African National Congress ANC in exile, alongside internal activities and leaders such as Winnie Mandela. I think that should be wife of Mandela. Walter Sisulu, and the United Democratic Front (UDF). Now, he's telling you that other could continue the leadership and everything, right? But why don't you tell us how they changed document and those Mandela name couldn't appear in any document whatsoever? Nobody is saying that people should not continue the leaders, continue leading. But when you move away from the structure and form your own structure and begin to undermine order, I'm not saying you should take every order, it's entirely your business. But order differs. Order from if a leader said don't do this, use your number 6 and no. If that thing is what obey, that is something that what to obey or not. But you cannot just say you don't want to listen. No, it doesn't work that way. Not at all. When PM, when Uche Jofo, EPAA Jofo, sorry, said that Masakano told him and told DOS, in a document that he sent, that PM should be given a slot in Radio Biafra. PM obeyed it. He was willing to go, but DOS said no. But when they said that the Masakano said that he don't know PM anymore, he don't want to work with him anymore, for no just reason, you yourself can see that that's a lie. When they said that Masakano said you should forget about sit at home, you know that he said that. Whether he said it or not, I believe that he said it. I don't know, but whether he said it or not, you don't need to obey that kind of thing, because that he will say that just to save the situation. You don't expect him to start dishing all that or sit at home because of me. It doesn't make any sense. But people will be the one to sit at home on his behalf, not on him dictating how you are going to sit at home. It will sound like a dictatorship, and as if he's a dictator. Do you understand? So you learn what to obey and what not to obey when your leader is in castration. So don't use this tool as if that is a yardstick to measure who is who. It doesn't work that way. The key detail regarding the leadership of the liberation movement during this period, Oliver Tambo, ANC president in exile, following the banning of the ANCC in 1960 and the imprisonment of top leadership in 1963 to 1964. Tambo was tasked with establishing the ANCC international mission. He acted as the organization president during its into legitimate. Before Mandela was taken in, did he have assistant or not? Do they have a structure or not? If they do, if Oliver Tambo is the one that was to assist Mandela, Mandela recognized him as the assistant. Did Mandela appoint Oliver Tambo as his successor? Did he say that you are my surrogate? So this comparison doesn't make any sense. PM himself gave surrogate, gave that appoint. No, he doesn't need to appoint, but he just emphasized it, re-echoed it, because you knew that people like you, so that you don't listen. So we must mention it that this is my surrogate, so that you don't have anything to even argue. Those that this madness now wouldn't have kicked on. Okay, he said it just to make sure that you will obey this without agitating. But despite saying that, you guys are here to agitate. Imagine what you guys are doing now. Imagine if he did not say CS is my surrogate. That means you would have done more. Your madness would have gone to highest level. Anyway, those who have ear will hear. It's your choice. The comparison doesn't make any sense at all. PM have seen what Mastercard went through, and he laid a plan. Even in his detention, he said, "This is my surrogate." He said it. Did Mandela appoint another person and Oliver Tambo overthrow the person and said that, "Oh, I am because I have been here before anybody. I am the one who's supposed to do that." Did you hear that? Did this document? Does it mean that you guys don't even know what you have done or what you are doing? I don't understand. Anyway, please let me know what you think about what the video is all about. I just want to share this with us, just to react on it. I would like to hear from you to know what is your take. Please don't forget to like the video and comment. Let me read your comment and see what you have to say about it. Do you agree or disagree? Hit like button. Thank you. God bless you. Bye bye for now.